Hello out there, and welcome to yet another edition of Jazzy Jeff's Trading Card Reviews. I'm Jazzy Jeff. These are trading cards. Let's review. So, this is officially, like I said at the end of my last episode, Season 3. And this is, of course, my new apartment. This is another part of the new setup. One theme this particular season, I'm moving away from trying to show cool things because I feel like they just extend the video too much, and I just really want to focus on trading cards. But there will be a cool theme. Hopefully each season I'll try out something different if I can before I run out of ideas. Obviously I can't talk today once again. But that theme will be trying to record in different locations. That way, to keep it fresh, to keep it fun, to keep it different. That way you guys have something cool, interesting, or different to check out in the background. So I'll see how this goes. Hopefully it will be a little more fun than my previous seasons. But we'll see how it goes. So today I got my Iron Man shirt on. I don't know if you guys are able to see that, because today's trading cards, as you already saw, are superhero related. And today's episode is going to be sort of a special episode. I'm going to try and start doing episodes like this season, where I open more than one pack of cards to give you more bang for your buck. So expect the episodes to be slightly longer so I can fit in all the cards, but I probably won't be talking as much and might be moving a little bit quicker just to keep the flow of the episode going. So that being said, grab your scissors. Okay. First up, before I slice into them, these are Vertigo trading cards. Man, my nose is so itchy today. I don't know why. But we got Vertigo trading cards. These were a division of DC. I believe it was sort of their like independent, kind of giving a chance to artists and writers and pencilers and inkers that might not normally have gotten a chance on some of the higher end popular DC comic books like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Superman, of course, Batman, The Flash. My nose is so itchy. Oh! From 1994. These are made by Skybox, so we have some Skybox cards again. Usually don't come across too many Skybox cards. Apparently there's a special foil enhanced bonus card. They got to give you the statistics on the back. It's always so funny, because it's like kids probably spent a lot on this in 1994. Because by that point, cards started getting more expensive into the 90s. Because I remember spending a decent amount on cards. Because I would go down to the local like supermarket, and they would have cards there in like the quarter machine. It was basically a vending machine, but instead of it being filled with delicious snacks, they were filled with shitty cards. But still really cool, you know. So yeah, once again, didn't do my research because I'm an asshole. But I don't know a ton about Vertigo. But I do believe that comics like... what was that big movie that Zack Snyder did that made him popular? Not that I'm a Zack Snyder fan, nor have I seen this movie, but it just popped in my head. I believe it's called... wow, I can't think of it. It's like a group of superheroes in the city, and it's really gritty looking. It's kind of like Spawn, but like real life for superheroes. But anyway, it was a massive book in the 1980s. I can't think of it for the fucking life of me. Fucking open these cards. Watchmen. Fucking Watchmen. Jesus fucking Christ. Could not remember for the life of me. I believe Vertigo made Watchmen. Okay, so the cards are open. Here we go. Wow, so already this is really nice. These are longer cards than your usual cards. Usual cards are like a little bit shorter. Like, wow. Holy shit, man. So, this I should have known. Because I've read some Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is a part of the Vertigo umbrella of comics. This is absolutely fantastic. Beautiful picture. Looks really cool. I'm loving this, like, naked jungle woman who's kind of just hanging out on top of him. Really awesome. They have sort of like a bio on him. I love the back of this. Very 90s. Very hip. Very interesting looking. I've never seen cards this long. They kind of remind me of the Smurf cards, if you saw those back in the beginning of Season 2. Really, really neat. And these are from 94. So, there is Swamp Thing. Moving along. Get these out of here. And these are like hard cards to get out. Oh, here we have Sandman. So Sandman, I'm not really familiar with. It's actually funny, my girlfriend is a little more familiar with Sandman. Sandman was a comic by Neil Gaiman, who did a lot of surreal writing, sort of horror, psychological horror. He's known for the Sandman series, and DC's Vertigo division made it into a comic. Very cool. Once again, there's some information on. I'm not going to read these cards just for time purposes, but there's that. Then we have Shade, the Changing Man. So, there is that. Keep in mind, I might be wrong about Watchmen. I'm not sure. I thought Watchmen was Vertigo. I know there's also Dark Horse comics. Keep in mind, I've never heard of Shade, the Changing Man. I have no idea what this is. Once again, this is, like I said, I'm not super familiar with DC's Vertigo line of comics, but these are really cool nonetheless. Here we have Sandman Mystery Theater. I'm assuming this has something to do with the other Sandman card. Anybody that's watching this that knows about this, feel free to let me know. Because I don't know what cards I'm going to get, so it's hard to do any more research beyond that. But I guess I could have at least researched the Vertigo. So I need to get my shit together and do a better job of presenting you guys with information. But at least I'm not bullshitting and making up information, because a lot of people will do that. But I'll be honest, if I don't know it, I don't know it. Here is Books of Magic. This is so fucking weird. It's like a businessman smoking a cigarette with sunglasses holding like a naked baby. Or a naked little demon baby, but the baby's holding like a hourglass. It's the weirdest fucking cards ever, man. Yeah, Vertigo is like out there. That's the thing, man. Like, DC was interesting in the 90s. They tried out some really cool things. And here we have Black Orchid, which is another of their comic books. Never heard of it. So, there you have it. There is Vertigo. Hopefully you guys are familiar with these. Obviously, their most popular comic that came out of the Vertigo Studios was Swamp Thing, or at least the most mainstream one that most people know. Not bad. Little slow start to the episode, but we're gonna charge on. All right, but we're staying in the realm of DC, and I definitely feel like I should know some of these cards. These are DC Cosmic Cards from, let's take a look here, 1991. So we got some really old ones here. These look to be like normal size cards, not like really big like these ones. Like you can see the difference. You know, it's a whole like maybe 2 inches, 3 inches, like 2.5 inches. So that's crazy. But yeah, real quickly, DC, man. DC has not been doing too good at the movie theater, at the box office. Unfortunately, their movies have been kind of falling flat, not getting the best reviews, causing a lot of controversy, a lot of anger being thrown around online. And it's really unfortunate because I remember back in the heyday when DC was huge. DC was the go-to comic. DC was the go-to for movies. You know, all throughout the 70s, you had the Superman movies. Obviously, late 80s into their 90s, you had Batman, and even the sad, silly, not great Joel Schumacher Batman films. Even they still made a ton of money. The toy lines were still huge. The comics were still really big. You know, obviously Superman died. That was, very memorable. Batman, broke his back and he kind of quit for a while. A lot of other characters, secondary characters, stepped up their roles. It was an awesome time. And, looking at Marvel in the 90s actually really wasn't doing that well. And they actually eventually went bankrupt or almost went bankrupt heading into the 2000s. If it wasn't for them selling their properties, they probably wouldn't still be afloat, and they probably still wouldn't be putting out comics. But obviously that really changed them a whole lot. I, will forever enjoy certain comics from the 90s and 80s, but I know the general fan really hated the 90s. And I can understand why, and they did put out a lot of shit. But DC always stayed on top. And in recent, 5 to 7 years now, 5 to 7, 8 years, they just haven't gotten the best reputation, and it's unfortunate because I've always loved DC. I've always not just liked, I've always enjoyed them. I've really loved them. So I'm gonna do some trading cards to bring back some love for DC. So for all my DC fans out there, these cards are for you. All right. So right off the bat, we've got Heroes from Beyond. We got Lobo. Have no fucking idea who this guy is. Never heard of him. First appearance in Omega Man. But that's okay, because something tells me the next one is going to be awesome. It's going to be somebody that I know. It's going to be a cool cosmic card. If I can get this out. Here we got Black Condor. I have no idea who this is. First appearance, Black Condor. Okay. Oh, this is cool. There's like questions on these cards. Obviously, there's bio about them. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And they got like his weapons. They show the weapons of him. They have like DC Q&A. That's neat. Okay, this next one we're all gonna know. DC Comics. Oh, this is a great battles that they had at one point. Crisis on Infinite Earths. I don't remember that. That took place April 1985 to March 1986. A cataclysmic explosion corrupted the moment following all I'm not going to get into that, but if you guys want to pause the video here and read that, you can. But yeah, DC, they were always more like outer space and just really crazy. They didn't always have continuity like Marvel did. But DC had cool stuff like that really just branched out and was very imaginative, so to speak. All right, this next one has got to be a Superman or Batman or even Wonder Woman. Here we have Greenland. There we go. There's somebody I know. Height, 6 foot. Weight, 186 pounds. Eyes brown. Hair brown. Secret identity, Hal Jordan. First appearance in Showcase number 22, 1959. The show is Ring and Battery. That is really cool. So we got some Green Lantern Silver Age going on right there. There we go. I told you! Hero Heritage is what's at the top. Each card says something different. So we got Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Heroes from Beyond, Heroes Heritage. These are also really nice cards. They feel nice. They're smooth. They're like fairly thick. These aren't bad. All right, up next we've got Blackfire. Yeah, never heard of Blackfire either. But this is a villain from Beyond. She looks pretty awesome. First appearance, the new Teen Titans in 1982. I'll have to check it out. But this is cool, you know, at least it gives you information about the characters so that you can look them up. Alright, up next, I'm feeling this one. We got the Ocean Master. Move aside, Aquaman. We've got Ocean Master. Yeah, doesn't quite have the same ring. This is an Earth's Mightiest Villain. I'm assuming this is someone that Aquaman probably fights? Yes. Yes, it is. So that's pretty cool. So we got an Aquaman villain. That's pretty neat. So there's that. Alright, I'm feeling we're another hero with this one. Alright, we've got nice Golden Age Flash. Back when he looked like Thor with like the mailman helmet. Yeah, that Flash was really weird looking. Secret identity, Jay Garrick. Holy shit. Yeah, he had the winged helmet. Man, that is super neat. I like the question here. With no mask, how did the Golden Age Flash keep his secret identity? Which, as you can tell, he doesn't have a mask. Well, he kept it by using vibrations to blur his facial features. My God, you gotta love DC. Always just super crazy and very creative. Lots of imagination. That is super cool. That is super neat. That's another thing I love about DC is, you know, even though they didn't have continuity, they had like different versions of their superheroes through the years. So it was pretty cool to see like the different versions of Superman and the different versions of like Flash and just a bunch of different Green Lanterns. It's just neat. It's very neat. Alright, here we go. We have another one of these great battles. This one is the Great Darkness Saga. Saga. Is it Saga or Saga? Saga! Or Sega. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. Screw that. But you guys can pause the video here and then read it. Or something. Okay, moving on. Hi! God, these are so hard to get out of. This is like the worst. I hate rubber, stretchy plastic. It drives me crazy. Up next we have North Wind. The North Wind. Who in the holy fuck is this guy? Never heard of him. Never heard of him. I'm just gonna move on. But we got another Earth's Mightiest hero. Alright, this next one's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a Batman, I know it. Plasmus. Something, another bad guy from Teen Titans. Pretty awesome looking, though. It's not Batman. It's like a molten lava guy who's wearing a black bikini. That's super fucking awesome. That'll get your blood flowing in the morning. Alright. So Earth's Mightiest Villains. Got another one of those. Alright, up next, I'm feeling a Superman. Yay! So these are actually always really cool. I always love getting these. These are the checklists, so you know what cards to look for. Back before we had this thing called the World Wide Web, we would need things like this to help us collectors collect everything that we would need. And they came in handy, and they were super cool, and these got little check marks on them so I can go through and check off what I have and what I don't have. So then when I go out and buy these cards, I know which ones I already have. But the tough thing is you didn't always know what you were getting because you would just buy this. So, I mean, this is, like, helpful, but at the same time, it's like, it's not like you can actually pick the ones that you don't have. So, anyway, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This episode's coming to an end. The final card. Brainiac. That's cool. At least we ended on a good one. I know Brainiac. I don't claim to know a ton about DC. I mostly read Batman, but I've read a couple others. Some Green Arrow, a couple others, some Submariner, Aquaman. But I mean, yeah, Brainiac, man, he's super cool, super awesome. He's an alien, you know. He battled Superman as well as, I know he battled the Flash, and obviously I think he showed up in Green Lantern. You know, he was kind of the Doctor Doom of the DC universe. Cool guy. Cool villain. You know, just cool overall. So, there you have it. Got another Earth's Mightiest Villains. But that's it, man. I'd say that the two best in here were probably the Golden Age Flash, Brainiac, and then I gotta give credit to Green Lantern. Really cool stuff. Another cool tidbit is the first set of comic books I ever got were DC Comics. So, some really interesting stuff. My uncle bought me a set. It was a special collector set of 20, and it was like one comic from every series. So you had, you know, Batman, you had your Superman, you had Flash, you had, you know, Hawkman, you had, or not Hawkman, you had, maybe it was Birdman, Submariner, or not Submariner, I'm sorry, I keep saying Submariner. I mean, Submariner was Marvel. Aquaman, you had Black Cat, or Catwoman, yeah, you had Catwoman comics. Steel, I had a Steel comic. So yeah, I had a Green Lantern and might have been a Green Arrow. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, man, some cool stuff. So hopefully this episode was entertaining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, like, subscribe, and don't forget to share me around. And this has been Jazzy Jeff's Trading Card Reviews. Thanks for watching.